We are kicking off this WrestleMania Saturday edition of Slat Rock with SmackDown as Seth Rollins opened the show to address the main event of tonight's PLE. In his third WrestleMania main event, Rollins will battle Roman Reigns and CM Punk, two men who Rollins has plenty of history with, and Rollins addressed that history on the Blue brand. Sitting cross-legged in a nod to Punk's infamous Pipebomb from 2011, Rollins alluded to Punk's AEW run and questioned the motivations for why the best in the world returned to wrestling. Rollins couldn't tell if Punk returned for the fans chanting his name or if someone had written a fat check and wasn't done yet with references to Punk's All Elite tenure. Rollins said that Punk had burned the bridge with AEW just like he had burned every other one before turning his attention to Roman Reigns. Dubbing the OTC Mr. Private Jet limited schedule handpicked opponent, Rollins recalled being brought into WWE alongside Reigns and Dean Ambrose, who is today AEW's Jon Moxley. Seth said that the Shield were brought in by Paul Heyman to be Punk's shield and said that he'd sacrificed time after time only to see Reigns and Punk be given the spotlight. Dubbing the upcoming main event the most important triple threat in the history of the industry, Rollins vowed to do everything to win and continue to move WWE in the right direction. In perhaps the most telling line, Rollins ended his promo by telling fans that his victory isn't a prediction but a spoiler, echoing the line used so often by Paul Heyman. For the past week or so, rumors have grown that Heyman will leave Reigns and CM Punk and align with Rollins, the only man giving the Hall of Famer a choice at WrestleMania. WWE loves subtly hinting at plans, but with Rollins ending his promo the way he did, perhaps this was too obvious a hint and could be another twist coming. Some fans have suggested that WrestleMania will see Rollins align with The Rock, and there was a moment during this promo where Seth held the microphone exactly like the final boss. Rollins only recently claimed in an interview that his soul is always for sale, adding that he will do whatever he thinks is right for WWE, even if it means aligning with the man he fought in 2024. This was an intense promo that earned Rollins the respect of the Las Vegas crowd and was a perfect way to cap off a story that has, for the most part, lacked any genuine stakes. Having Rollins demonstrate how important this match is despite no gold being on the line was a genius call and a fantastic way to kick off WWE SmackDown. Do you think Rollins will find a new ally at WrestleMania, whether it be Heyman or The Rock? And who do you see winning this triple threat? Share your thoughts down in the comments. Cody Rhodes and John Cena came face-to-face mere days before their collision at WrestleMania Sunday, and it was the American Nightmare who arrived first. Before he had a chance to speak, Cena interrupted, and the crowd was mixed on John with a series of chants both for and against the WWE icon. Cena wasted no time in telling Rhodes to shut your match, kid, before discussing his impending retirement while putting down every other wrestler as a scared, insecure loser. That's why, according to Cena, wrestlers keep having one more match, which only leaves them coming back as shells of their former selves, something Cena will not let himself become. Cena said he doesn't need a single damn one of the fans, asserting that the only reason he returned was to take the WWE title from Cody Rhodes and the fans for good. Cena claimed that Rhodes would lose because he cares about the fans, unlike Cena, who believes fan entitlement is meaningless after decades of trying his best for others only to be hated. Making reference to what happened in Toronto, Cena said that Rhodes' rejection of The Rock's offer proved he doesn't stand a chance and vowed to win the gold and prove that fans don't matter. Cena concluded by telling Cody he is not the captain or the quarterback, just a kid in a man's world who doesn't have the balls of the last real champion. It was only now that Rhodes had a chance to speak, and to a somewhat mixed response by fans, he questioned if Cena knows the name of anyone in WWE anymore. Fans cheered as Rhodes called Cena overrated before mocking John's appearance, saying his face is melting wax, his legs are spindly, and John is paler than Sting at Starrcade 97. Rhodes also brought up Cena's nude Oscar stunt, claiming it was done for the people you run errands for now, before ending with claiming that Cena still can't wrestle in 2025. Cena attempted to hit an AA, but Rhodes countered with a Crossroads and stood tall to close the show while holding the undisputed WWE Championship. This was a great promo ahead of one of the most anticipated matches in recent history, but did Rhodes jinx himself by standing tall at the end of SmackDown? History has often shown that those who stand tall on the go-home show often end up taking the loss at the PLE, though this is not always the case. Whatever happens, WrestleMania Sunday will see a massive main event, and who do you see leaving as WWE Champion? Share your thoughts and predictions down in the comments. For the 11th time, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal took place, and this match's final four came down to Andrade, Rey Fenix, Carmelo Hayes, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura was eliminated before Fenix was taken out thanks to a surprise attack by El Grande Americano, leaving just Andrade and Hayes, two men who battled for much of 2024, in the ring. Hayes weathered Andrade's assault and finally eliminated the former NXT champion to win the Battle Royal and posed with the trophy after the match. Hayes celebrated with The Miz to end the segment, and this was a fun, chaotic match that had plenty of interesting story developments, even if there were no big returns. Karrion Kross was able to get his hands on The Miz in a fun throwback, and it was great to see all the luchadors team up on Chad Gable to eliminate the man allegedly behind El Grande's mask. This was a win that Hayes needed, perhaps more than anybody else in this match, as the man who was a first-round draft pick in 2024 has done relatively little since arriving on SmackDown. While his matches have been great, he has not seen enough progression, and it remains to be seen if this win is what is needed to elevate Hayes up the card on the Blue brand. After the Battle Royal, American Made confronted Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Rey Fenix, setting up a six-man tag match that unfortunately saw a potential injury. During the match, Mysterio stopped participating, and photos taken at the show revealed he was being tended to during the match by a member of the medical staff. Phoenix and Lee won the match for their team, and immediately after the bout, both men went to Rey's side to check on the WWE Hall of Famer. WWE would quickly take the cameras off Rey and assign that this is a genuine injury and not part of any storyline, and fan footage revealed that Rey needed help getting to the back after the bout. Rey was limping heavily and seemed unable to put any weight on his left leg, though it's unclear what exact spot in the match caused this setback for the beloved superstar. Before Rey could make it to the back, the medical staff picked him up and carried him, showing that he was in too much pain to even walk and casting serious doubts over WrestleMania 41. Rey is scheduled to face El Grande Americano at tonight's portion of the show, but right now, it appears that Rey will need to be replaced in the match if the bout isn't outright canceled. This injury could not come at a worse time, and if there is a silver lining, it's that Mysterio is so well liked and respected that finding a replacement that makes storyline sense will be easy. Many luchadors in WWE have taken issue with El Grande Americano, but as for Rey, we're continuing to hope for the best for the former WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Randy Orton was in a sour mood on SmackDown as he reflected on his WrestleMania 41 match with Kevin Owens being canceled due to Owens' injury, saying that there's excitement for this year's WrestleMania like none other. Orton spoke about his father being at WrestleMania 1 and Randy making his Mania debut inside MSG. Getting down to business, Orton made clear he intends to wrestle this Sunday, throwing out an open challenge to anyone in the back that wants to test their mettle. Orton ended by saying that anyone who dares accept his challenge will fall victim to an RKO, promising a victory inside Allegiant Stadium. WWE wouldn't tease a match if they weren't going to deliver, so the question is now, who will be facing the Legend Killer in Orton's 20th Mania match? Many have predicted Nick Aldis, who recently ate an RKO from Orton, while some have predicted a returning Rusev, though perhaps WWE will throw in a wild card such as TNA's Joe Hendry. Who are you hoping to see in the step in the ring with Orton this Sunday? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments section. We mentioned that Rusev is someone being considered for a return at WrestleMania, and now CJ Perry may have given a huge indication that her husband is coming back. On Twitter, Perry shared an in-car selfie alongside Rusev with the caption "Road Trip," and many fans predicted in the comments that the destination is Las Vegas. One fan in the comments told the pair to get the tank, a nod to Rusev's WrestleMania 31 entrance, while another told Perry to get that accent ready, suggesting she'll return as Lana. Interestingly, this road trip comes after PW Insider reported that Perry has also re-signed with WWE, but she won't be a full-time performer like her husband. Instead, the former Lana has reportedly signed a Legends contract, meaning she can be used for promotional content, video games, documentaries, merchandise, and appearances. As for whether we see Lana in the ring alongside Rusev, time will tell, but fans can expect to see much more of both AEW alums on WWE TV soon enough. One name fans have been throwing out is Aleister Black, though all signs are now pointing to Black's impending return to WWE not coming at WrestleMania 41. During SmackDown, another smoky Cryptic video played and the date 4/25/25 was revealed, confirming that this video is teasing someone who will return on next week's SmackDown. Once again, there was an image of coins in the eyes of a corpse, a burial ritual that dates back thousands of years, but fans were also treated to the sight of a hooded figure in this segment. While some have speculated that this could be Uncle Howdy, it'd be an odd call for only him to return, especially after the entire Wyatt 6 was pulled off TV following Bo Dallas's injury. Instead, signs continue to point to Aleister Black, including a visual of a chair surrounded by candles, a set that Black used in 2021 during his Tales from the Dark Father book reading. Just like last week, this promo was instantly followed up by the entrance of Zelina Vega, the wife of Black, in another tease of who these videos are leading up to. Are you excited to see Aleister Black return, or is WWE setting up a massive misdirect, and are these promos for somebody else? Share your thoughts and feedback down below. At WrestleMania 41, Bron Breakker's debut match at the event will see him defend the Intercontinental title against Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. Given the three opponents, one would think the odds aren't on Breakker's side, but now Bron has revealed why this win isn't likely, it's practically guaranteed. At the WrestleMania 41 kickoff, Breakker used some statistics to make his case, and fans quickly picked up that he was replicating the Steiner math promo used by his uncle Scott. Breakker has a 129.2% chance of retaining his title at WrestleMania, but time will tell if the second-generation superstar's sums are accurate inside Allegiant Stadium. Hall of Fame news now, as this year's ceremony saw some of WWE's biggest names past and present, as well as a notable appearance by one name fans hope to see back soon. While Charlotte Flair was wrapping up an interview, Becky Lynch was seen walking behind her alongside the man's husband, Seth Rollins. It was back in January that it was reported that Lynch had re-signed with WWE, but earlier this month she shared that she was done wrestling, at least for the time being. Was Lynch's appearance behind Charlotte merely coincidence, or is WWE teasing the revival of one of the bigger feuds in recent years? Fans will have to stay tuned to find out. More from SmackDown now, as Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Women's World Champion Io Sky discuss their match for next Sunday before being interrupted by Naomi. Once again, Belair received boos from some fans in the crowd, and one has to wonder if this reaction will lead to WWE turning the EST heel post-WrestleMania. Jade Cargill arrived, and after a tense moment with Belair, brawled with Naomi, and after Ripley and Belair fought, it was Sky who stood tall, refusing to be overlooked in her title match. DIY would get involved in the tag title match, pitting the Street Profits against the Motor City Machine Guns, and would steal the title belts that were on the line. Though this had some fans believing a triple threat tag team title match was coming for WrestleMania, Nick Aldis was backstage and took the titles from Gargano and Ciampa. Instead of a WrestleMania showdown, this match will come on next week's SmackDown, but Aldis dropped a bombshell that the titles will be on the line in a TLC match. While this match will be exciting, there's plenty of fans who believe it should be at WrestleMania, and do you agree with that sentiment, or is it better for the match to be on TV? There was a serious production botch during a backstage segment with Damian and Priest, as the screen was very green and a clear error that made it to the broadcast. Despite this, Priest soldiered on, telling fans Drew McIntyre will be beaten so decisively at WrestleMania that he'll wish he was future endeavored, just like he was back in 2014. Priest ended by saying he's going to punish and bury McIntyre, who on social media shared a video of his reaction to the video. As he enjoyed a meal, McIntyre was pleased to see this side of Priest, saying he's an actual man instead of a f***ing pussy, but promised victory over Priest, saying, "I'm gonna f*** him up." The pair will meet in a Sin City street fight, and after all that's happened, including McIntyre reportedly being against the feud at first, we'll have to see what the pair can do inside Allegiant Stadium. Backstage, Nick Aldis canceled a planned 6-woman tag team match and instead made a singles match pitting Zelina Vega against Women's US Champion Chelsea Green in a non-title match. Vega would win this match rather decisively, and this match may have come about after last week's match between the two didn't go as planned. Last week's contest saw Green get legitimately counted out, reportedly as she was unaware that throwing Vega back in the ring would not break the referee's count for her. With Vega earning another win over the Women's US Champion, one has to believe a title match is coming, though whether Vega can win when it counts is yet to be seen. A match between LA Knight and Solo Sikoa would see interference by Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman, resulting in Nick Aldis making a tag match won by Knight and Braun. There were some concerns about an injury, as Knight had a very visible red mark on his right arm, and he was seemingly grimacing in pain as he celebrated after the match. There is some irony to this, as earlier in the show, Knight crushed the arm of Tama Tonga in a car door, resulting in Tama Tonga being taken to the local medical facility. While this mark on Knight doesn't appear to be as serious as Rey Mysterio's setback, it is still not ideal timing, and hopefully Knight should be able to defend against Fatu at WrestleMania. And that was this week's WWE SmackDown, and what did you make of the go-home show before WrestleMania 41? Did the show properly excite you? Share your thoughts down in the comments section below. And we're ending with more from SmackDown, as John Cena was around after the show and teased having something to say to the crowd in Vegas. Once the camera stopped rolling, Cena got back to his feet after taking Crossroads and grabbed the mic, preparing to cut another promo. Instead, though, Cena tossed the mic away, much to the groans of disappointment from the fans that the 16-time WWE World Champion no longer cares for. This act feeds into John's vow to give the fans absolutely nothing, as while those in Vegas would have loved to have heard even just one line, "It wasn't meant to be," after SmackDown.